A lot of us like to think the world is full of kind-hearted people. We trust others, believing that everyone has good intentions for themselves and for us. But life has a funny way of proving us wrong sometimes. We meet people who, unfortunately, do not have our best interests at heart. These individuals can be manipulative, toxic, or even downright cruel. They show up in all kinds of roles: friends, family, co-workers, or even strangers, and they often hide their true motives behind a friendly mask. Recognizing when someone is bad for you is one of the most important things you can do. Sometimes, these harmful people creep into your life so quietly that you do not even realize the damage they are causing until it is too late. They can wreak havoc on your mental well-being, happiness, and sense of peace. That is why it is so important to recognize the warning signs of a toxic person. It can be tricky, especially when their behavior is subtle, but the more aware you are, the better you can protect yourself. Stick around and watch this video all the way through. I will break down their manipulative tactics and show you exactly how to safeguard your peace of mind before it is too late. So, take a moment, hit that thumbs up button, pour yourself a coffee, and really tune into these life lessons. And remember to tell yourself, my peace is worth fighting for. Sign 1. Toxic people weaponize your vulnerabilities against you. These individuals are not just manipulative. They are incredibly calculated. They make it their mission to earn your trust by uncovering your weaknesses and insecurities. Once they know what makes you tick, whether it is a fear, a past failure, or something deeply personal you shared in confidence, they use it to their advantage. For instance, they might dredge up past mistakes to make you feel small, saying things like, "Why are you even complaining? You have never been good at this," or "Everyone knows you have always struggled with that." They may even exploit your past traumas or insecurities to belittle you, often in front of others, to control how people see you. By turning your vulnerabilities into weapons, these toxic individuals aim to chip away at your self-esteem, leaving you feeling powerless and doubting yourself at every turn. The emotional toll can be overwhelming, trapping you in a cycle of self-doubt and hurt. Recognizing this tactic is key to reclaiming your confidence and peace of mind. You start to wonder if you are good enough, if your feelings truly matter, or even if you can trust your own instincts. This kind of self-doubt is exactly what toxic individuals want to instill in you. To protect yourself, it is crucial to recognize when someone is weaponizing your past against you. While being open and vulnerable in relationships is important, it is just as important to be careful about who you choose to share your personal experiences with. If someone takes your struggles or insecurities and uses them to manipulate or harm you, that is a glaring red flag. They are not a positive influence in your life. The best way to guard against this is by setting clear boundaries and being selective about whom you trust with your inner struggles. Protecting your peace starts with understanding that your vulnerabilities deserve respect, not exploitation. Sign 2. They cannot celebrate your success. Toxic people often harbor deep feelings of envy, which show up in their inability to genuinely be happy for your achievements. Instead of joining in your joy, they downplay your accomplishments or act as if they do not matter. When something good happens in your life, whether it is a promotion, a personal milestone, or a celebratory event, they cannot seem to show sincere happiness for you. Take, for example, a toxic coworker who might roll their eyes when you mention your promotion, or a so-called friend who makes snide comments like, "Well, good for you, but do not let it go to your head." Instead of encouraging you, they try to diminish your success or make you feel as though it is not a big deal. This behavior is rooted in jealousy and their own insecurities. Rather than feeling joy for others, they become consumed with their feelings of inadequacy. Sometimes, they may even try to one-up you with remarks like, "Oh, I already did that last year," or "That is nice, but I am working on something even better." The reality is, they feel threatened by your success and try to belittle it to soothe their own egos. Spotting this behavior is crucial because it reveals that this person is not truly rooting for you. They might pretend to be supportive, but their actions and words tell a different story. Surrounding yourself with people who sincerely celebrate your victories is vital. If someone constantly undermines your achievements or makes you question their value, it is a clear indicator that they are toxic and should have less of a place in your life. Sign 3. They use flattery as a tool for manipulation. Flattery is a common tactic toxic individuals use to manipulate and gain control over others. They often overwhelm you with excessive compliments or praise, but their words come with hidden intentions. Their goal is not to genuinely uplift you, but to create a sense of obligation or dependency that they can later exploit. For instance, a co-worker might lavish your work with over-the-top praise, saying things like, "You are the best employee this company has ever seen," only to follow it up with a favor or request that pushes you beyond your responsibilities. Similarly, a toxic person might make you feel special or unique with constant compliments, but their end game is to take advantage of the emotional connection they have built. This form of manipulation preys on our natural need for validation and recognition. By making you feel valued and appreciated, they create a subtle pressure for you to reciprocate, whether by doing favors, agreeing to their demands, or prioritizing their needs over your own. Over time, this dynamic can become draining, leaving you feeling used and manipulated. Recognizing this behavior is crucial. Genuine compliments leave you feeling good and supported, while manipulative flattery often feels excessive, insincere, or even uncomfortable. If you find yourself questioning the motives behind someone's praise, it is worth taking a closer look. Staying aware of this tactic can help you resist manipulation and maintain control over your choices. Sign 4. They are self-absorbed. Toxic individuals often display an overwhelming sense of self-centeredness. They are so consumed with their own wants and needs that they rarely stop to think about how their actions impact those around them. These people tend to dominate conversations, steering every topic back to themselves, or only reach out when they need something, with little regard for your feelings or needs. For example, a so-called friend might only call when they need a shoulder to cry on, but when you are facing challenges, they are mysteriously unavailable. Or a partner might demand your undivided attention and care, but never reciprocate by considering your priorities or emotional well-being. These individuals are quick to highlight their own successes, struggles, or desires, yet they rarely take the time to ask about yours. Being around self-absorbed people can be incredibly draining. It often feels like you are always the one giving your time, energy, and support without receiving anything in return. Over time, this imbalance can leave you feeling exhausted, unappreciated, and used. Self-centered people expect your attention, resources, and energy, but offer little to no reciprocity. Recognizing this one-sided dynamic is key to protecting yourself. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect, empathy, and balance. If you find that you are constantly giving while your needs are ignored, it is a strong sign you are dealing with a self-centered person. Setting boundaries and making sure your needs are acknowledged and met is essential to maintaining your emotional well-being. Sign 5. They take advantage of your kindness. Toxic individuals often prey on kind, generous, and compassionate people. If you are someone who is always willing to lend a hand, listen, or offer support, these individuals might see you as an easy target for their manipulation. They exploit your good nature, relying on the fact that you will always be there for them, even when they have done nothing to deserve it. For instance, someone might constantly ask for favors, whether it is borrowing money, running errands, or taking on responsibilities that are not yours. They might sweeten their requests with lines like, "You are the only person I can count on." But when the tables turn and you need help, they vanish, make excuses, or simply ignore your needs. They take advantage of your generosity, confident that you will not say no, no matter how unfair their demands are. Exploitation can come in many forms: emotional, financial, or even physical. These toxic individuals will use your kindness to manipulate you into doing what benefits them, without ever considering your well-being. Over time, this dynamic can leave you feeling drained, unappreciated, and used. The best way to protect yourself from being exploited is to set firm boundaries. While it is admirable to help others, you should never feel obligated to sacrifice your own well-being or allow someone to take advantage of your generosity. Pay attention to the early signs of exploitation and learn to say no when someone's requests become excessive. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect and give and take, not on one-sided acts of kindness. Sign 6. They isolate you from others. One of the most harmful tactics toxic people use is isolating you from your support network. Their goal is to make you feel alone and dependent on them, giving them greater control over your emotions and decisions. This manipulation often begins subtly, with comments or actions that gradually distance you from others. For instance, they might encourage you to spend more time with them by criticizing your other relationships or making you feel guilty for prioritizing anyone else. A partner might say, "You are always out with your friends while I am here alone," or a friend might complain, "You never make time for me anymore." These remarks can slowly create feelings of guilt, leading you to pull away from family or friends to avoid upsetting them. Toxic people know that if they can isolate you, they can control you more easily. To achieve this, they might badmouth the people in your life, calling your loved ones toxic or bad influences in an attempt to make you distrust everyone but them. This form of emotional manipulation is designed to make you feel like they are the only person you can rely on. If you notice that you're spending less and less time with loved ones, and that this shift is driven by one person's negativity, it is a clear red flag. Isolation is a classic strategy used by manipulative individuals to gain control. To protect yourself, hold on tightly to the relationships that matter to you. Keep your connections with friends and family strong, and listen to the advice of those who genuinely care about you. Toxic individuals thrive on cutting you off from your support network. But by staying connected to those who love and value you, you can resist their attempts to manipulate and control your life. Sign 7. They keep you in a state of confusion. Toxic individuals often use confusion as a weapon. They create chaos by constantly shifting their behavior, lying, or contradicting themselves, leaving you unsure what is real and what is not. This is a deliberate manipulation tactic designed to keep you off balance, making it easier for them to control your thoughts and actions. You might find that being around this person leaves you second-guessing yourself or feeling unsettled. One moment, they are kind and caring. The next, they are distant, cold, or critical. They might make promises they never intend to keep or say one thing and do the exact opposite. This constant inconsistency creates a whirlwind of doubt, leaving you unsure of where you stand with them. Their goal is simple. If they can keep you confused, they can make you dependent on them for clarity and validation. They might even twist facts or manipulate situations to make you question your own reality. Over time, this behavior can severely impact your mental health, making you feel as though you are always in the wrong or cannot trust your own judgment. To protect yourself, listen to your instincts. If you often feel confused or unsure around someone, it is a strong indication that something is off. Do not ignore these feelings. Step back, assess the situation, and seek input from people you trust. Clarity can often come from outside perspectives, helping you see through the toxic person's manipulation. Recognizing this tactic early allows you to distance yourself before the damage becomes overwhelming. Your peace of mind is worth standing up for. Sign 8. They make you question your own worth. Toxic people have a way of chipping away at your self-esteem, often in subtle and insidious ways. Their goal is to erode your confidence, making you feel like you are not good enough. While it may not always be obvious at first, their behavior can slowly undermine your sense of self-worth over time. For instance, they might make hurtful comments disguised as advice, such as, "You would be more successful if you actually put in some effort," or dismiss your emotions with remarks like, "Why do you have to be so sensitive? Just get over it." These statements are not meant to help. They are carefully crafted to make you feel broken, inadequate, or incapable of achieving your goals. One of the most damaging aspects of this behavior is how gradually it unfolds. At first, their remarks might seem like harmless jokes or isolated comments, but over time, they become a pattern that starts to affect how you see yourself. You may begin doubting your abilities, questioning your value, and even believing that they might be right. To protect your mental health, it is crucial to recognize when someone's words or actions are making you feel small. Pay close attention to how you feel after interacting with them. If you frequently walk away feeling worse about yourself, it is a clear indicator that they are undermining your self-worth. The best defense is to surround yourself with people who genuinely care about you and uplift you. Choose relationships that foster growth and positivity. At the same time, work on building your own self-esteem so that the negativity of others cannot take hold. Remember, your worth is not defined by someone else's hurtful words or opinions. Sign 9. They disregard your boundaries. A surefire way to spot a toxic person is their consistent inability or refusal to respect your boundaries. Whether your boundaries are emotional, physical, or mental, they are an essential part of maintaining your well-being. Toxic individuals, however, often ignore these limits, prioritizing their own wants over your needs or comfort. For example, a co-worker might repeatedly call you after work hours, completely disregarding your need for personal time. Or a friend might drop by your house unannounced, even though you have explained that you prefer some notice. When confronted, they may brush off their behavior with excuses like, "I didn't think it was a big deal," or "you are overreacting." The truth is, they do not care about your needs. They only care about their own. These individuals often use manipulative tactics, such as guilt-tripping you for setting boundaries, or making you feel unreasonable for wanting space. Over time, their disregard can leave you feeling overwhelmed, drained, or resentful. Protecting yourself starts with standing firm in your boundaries. Communicate your needs clearly and assertively, and pay attention to how they respond. If someone continually disregards your limits, it is a strong sign they do not respect you as a person. It is okay to distance yourself from individuals who refuse to honor your boundaries. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, and no one should make you feel guilty for setting limits that protect your peace of mind. You deserve to be heard and respected, and enforcing your boundaries is an essential step toward maintaining your well-being. Sign 10. They constantly criticize you. Toxic individuals often use criticism as a weapon to tear others down. They may mask their harsh comments as helpful feedback or claim they are trying to help, but their true intention is to make you feel inadequate. They focus on pointing out your flaws, mistakes, or even things you cannot change about yourself, leaving you frustrated and doubting your worth. For instance, a partner might say something like, "You would look so much better if you just lost a few pounds," or a friend might remark, "I thought you would be further along in life by now." These comments might seem small or even harmless at first, but when they become frequent, they can significantly harm your self-esteem. A toxic person will often criticize every little thing about you, your appearance, your decisions, or even your accomplishments. This constant barrage of negativity is designed to make you doubt yourself and feel bad about who you are. The more they undermine your confidence, the easier it becomes for them to control and manipulate you. Criticism is their tool for keeping you small while making themselves feel superior. To protect yourself, it is essential to recognize when criticism is being used to harm rather than help. Genuine feedback is constructive and aims to support your growth, while toxic criticism chips away at your confidence and serves no productive purpose. If you are in a relationship where you are constantly criticized, it is worth taking a step back to evaluate whether this person truly has your best interests at heart. Setting firm boundaries and building your self-worth are crucial to shielding yourself from their negativity. Remember, no one has the right to make you feel small or unworthy. Sign 11. They always play the victim. A hallmark of toxic individuals is their constant need to play the victim. No matter what happens, they refuse to take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they twist the situation to make themselves look like the one who has been wronged, leaving you feeling guilty or responsible for their problems. They might say things like, "You never understand how hard my life is," or "Everyone is always against me. I just cannot catch a break." These people never acknowledge their own mistakes or shortcomings. Instead, they focus entirely on their supposed suffering, making those around them feel like they are the cause of all the pain. This behavior is draining because it involves a continuous cycle of blame shifting and denial of accountability. By positioning themselves as the perpetual victim, toxic individuals manipulate others into feeling sorry for them. This tactic helps them dodge responsibility while keeping you emotionally tied to their struggles. The result? You spend so much time and energy focused on their problems that your own needs and well-being are sidelined. Their manipulation traps you in a pattern of guilt and obligation, making it hard to break free. If you recognize someone who constantly plays the victim, it is important to see this behavior for what it is: manipulation. These individuals rarely, if ever, take ownership of their actions and will continue to drain your energy by making you feel accountable for their issues. While it is okay to show empathy, it is equally important to set boundaries. You are not responsible for fixing someone else's problems or carrying the emotional burden they place on you. Protect your energy and recognize when their behavior is pulling you into an unhealthy dynamic. Sign 12. They try to control your narrative. Toxic people often go out of their way to control how others perceive you. They may twist the truth, spread false rumors, or exaggerate details to manipulate public opinion. This behavior is a deliberate attempt to isolate you from others and turn people against you, often for their personal gain. For example, a toxic coworker might start spreading rumors like, "Did you know they're so difficult to work with?" even though it is far from the truth. In personal relationships, a toxic partner might tell friends or family fabricated stories to make you look bad, planting seeds of doubt or distrust even though you have done nothing wrong. Their goal is clear: to undermine your reputation and control how others see you. This could stem from jealousy, a need for power, or simply a desire to tear you down. By distorting the narrative, toxic individuals aim to elevate themselves while making you appear less credible or likable. To protect yourself, stay alert to any discrepancies between your actions and what others seem to believe about you. If you notice people acting differently or treating you unfairly based on false information, it is essential to address the situation. Approach those affected directly and calmly clarify the truth. Maintaining your integrity and setting the record straight are key in these scenarios. Do not let a toxic person's manipulation define your narrative. By staying honest and confident, you can protect yourself and rebuild trust with those who matter most. Sign 13. They weaponize your emotions against you. Toxic individuals are masters at using your emotions as tools for manipulation. They know precisely how to push your buttons, making you feel guilty, overly sensitive, or even angry, all while shifting the blame away from themselves. By twisting your words or actions, they can make you feel like the problem, even when you are not. For instance, if you try to address something they did that hurt you, they might respond with dismissive comments like, "You are so dramatic," or "You are overreacting. It was not a big deal." In doing so, they invalidate your feelings and avoid taking any responsibility for their behavior. This manipulation is designed to make you doubt your emotions and question your right to feel upset. When this pattern happens repeatedly, it can be incredibly draining. Over time, you may start to second-guess your own reactions, wondering if you are, in fact, too sensitive or wrong for feeling the way you do. Toxic people thrive on this dynamic because it gives them control over the situation, allowing them to escape accountability while keeping you off balance. To protect yourself from this kind of emotional manipulation, it is crucial to recognize when your feelings are being used against you. Trust your emotions and your perception of events. They are valid. If someone constantly invalidates how you feel or tries to make you feel guilty for expressing your emotions, it is a clear sign they are not respecting you. Stand firm in your feelings and communicate your needs with confidence. Do not let them twist the situation or make you feel unjustified for expressing yourself. Your emotions matter, and anyone who tries to convince you otherwise does not deserve the privilege of your trust or energy. Sign 14. They're always trying to one-up you. Toxic people have an incessant need to outshine others. Instead of celebrating your achievements or supporting your success, they feel compelled to prove that they are better. This behavior is rooted in insecurity and a desperate need to appear superior. For instance, if you share exciting news about something good in your life, they might respond with dismissive comments like, "That is nothing. I have done something even bigger." Whether it is personal milestones or professional accomplishments, they will find a way to downplay your success and shift the focus back to themselves. This tendency to one-up others often stems from feeling threatened. Instead of applauding your achievements, they attempt to diminish them, hoping to boost their own ego. In the workplace, this might look like a colleague undermining your promotion or minimizing your contributions. In friendships, it often shows up as someone steering every conversation toward their own accomplishments, leaving little room to acknowledge yours. The best way to handle people who always try to one-up you is to recognize that their behavior reflects their own insecurities, not your worth. They're trying to mask their feelings of inadequacy by tearing others down. Do not let their actions make you feel less than. Instead, focus on your own successes and surround yourself with people who genuinely celebrate your wins. In life, we all encounter individuals who either uplift or drain us. Learning to recognize toxic behaviors early on can make a world of difference in protecting your emotional well-being. Trust your instincts, guard your peace, and never let anyone dim your light. If you have ever felt manipulated or drained by someone in your life, or if this message resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us start a conversation about spotting toxic behaviors and standing strong against negativity. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more life-changing insights. Write in the comments, "My peace is worth fighting for." Thank you for watching.